This is Comores Positif breaking news. Traffic congestion in Moroni is so bad that it's hardly worth driving a car these days. While the traffic congestion makes its life difficult, the government is finding smart ways to improve matters. The high cost of living is making life more difficult. Last Saturday, the Ministry of Education announced the results of the baccalaureate. Alright, let's start with traffic congestion in Moroni city. Moroni is a very small town compared to other cities in the world. Moving around the national capital of Moroni by car is very difficult these days because of the increase in traffic congestion. Because it's getting easier to buy cars, more people are doing so, thus adding to the congestion. To avoid the traffic, some people choose to ride motorcycles, bicycles, or prefer to just walk. It's also a way for them to decrease the pollution in the town.
The traffic congestion in Moroni is unbelievable. I wake up at 7 in the morning, finish my preparations, and get a taxi to work at 7:30. That's when the crazy thing happens, a traffic jam. Sometimes it can take up to 40 minutes to get to work in the taxi. I usually arrive at work late. My boss is always upset about that. I'm too old for a bike, but I would totally go for it because it is so worthwhile now.
Traffic congestion is not only an issue for passengers, but taxi drivers are facing it. So let's hear from one of the taxi drivers. Making a living from driving a taxi in Moroni is almost impossible these days. The job is not working out well. There are so few fares on the street to collect. People are discouraged because the traffic jams. Every day, at least one new taxi gets on the market. There are too many taxis on the street now. Also, remember that the taxi fare has dropped to 200 kmf. And you know that once the car engine is on, the fuel is used. Amazing solutions are taken by the government in order to reduce traffic around the capital of Moroni. Let's witness some of them. Reducing vehicular traffic in Moroni is actually the government's top priority now. The government took the initiative to build accessible new roads in every suburb around the capital of Ngazija, Moroni. According to the government, this will assist taxi drivers to get around more easily. Also, it will be possible for everyone to be dropped off right at their front door. Taxi drivers in the population salute the government for this great initiative. A year from now, Moroni should no longer have a problem with traffic congestion. This is our job. We are going to do our best to eliminate the traffic congestion in the country. The government is willing to invest to the maximum to accomplish this initiative. This is why we are calling on the citizens to remain positive that in the near future, more amazing infrastructure will see the light of day in the country. No money, no life. Citizens are complaining that everything you try to buy in Comoros is expensive, especially food. Let's hear it from Haina.
The cost of living in Comoros is really high nowadays. Everything you try to buy in the market is expensive. Meat, fruit, vegetables, groceries, and others. The standard price comes as a shock. Feeding a family every day is a daily stress for parents due to the cost of living. For a family to survive, they need to spend at least 5,000 kmfs per day, which is impossible for most families. Many children are malnourished, and others are starving as a result.
Here's the problem I have when it comes to price in Comoros. We have two different products here. On one hand, we have imported products, and on the other hand, we have our own local produce. Let's take the example of food. We freely grow our own crops. How come cassava, banana, breadfruit, and many others are so expensive. Does a farmer pay customs for his goods? I believe that some of the vendors don't even pay taxes in their small markets. Why is food so expensive in Grand Comore?
Look, I bought these few bananas for 1000 kmfs. How many customers do you think it's going to feed? I also have to buy fish, meat, chicken, and groceries. I pay rent, electricity, and my employees. This is the most frustrating part of this job. Some customers want to be filled up with a 1000 kmf meal. Some of them argue that food in restaurants is expensive, but I always reply that they should go to the market and ask how much bananas cost.
After long weeks of national exams, students are now proud to know their results. Last Saturday, 5th September 2020, the results of the baccalaureate exam were announced. 1,097 of students succeeded in the first session, which makes it 38.28%. However, it's too early to talk more about these results as all final procedures are not yet fully finished. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like our page for the next episodes. See you on Monday. Bye bye.